Good morning and welcome to Newswatch Today. I'm Daily Duval.
And I'm Peace Isagon, filling in for Lauren Schmitz today.
Coming up, a longtime Evangel supporter got a surprise of his life.
And Evangel's Christmas concert isn't going too far away.
This and more coming up on Newswatch Today. Welcome to Newswatch Today. Evangel University supporter Steve Walton, also known as Hollywood, was given the surprise of his life at chapel on Friday. Alumni raised the funds for Hollywood and his sister to go on an all-expense-paid trip to Disney World, the place where dreams really do come true. Evangel student radio station, KECC 98.1, was busy this past week with their first ever open house. Jared Carpenter was at the event to give us the inside scoop.
Last Thursday night was one to remember for student media members. KECC at 98.1 and Trask Hall opened their doors for their first ever open house, open to all students.
The open house was for promotional purposes for students that don't know about the radio station to get involved and just know that we're here.
KECC is a student-led campus radio station located right next to the FM Media Center on the first floor of Trask. Here, students host their own on-air talk shows, utilize the recording bays for projects throughout the semester, and the entire station was open to any student interested.
The open house, we had 2 DJs, so you could be on air, you could call in and talk on air. We had prizes, we had food. There was a photo booth, you could take pictures, and we had like props, like different records you could take pictures with. We had hats, we had just a lot of things. And then we had music, you could dance.
I hope so.
And we reached more than 2,000 people on social media, so it was a great success. And KCC is really excited. Our next big project is Cozy in the Joust.
Cozy in the Joust will be held December 4th and will be similar to the open house. DJs will host, there'll be games as well as prizes, but that's not it. KECC says there's more to come next semester. For Newswatch Today, this is Jared Carpenter.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, and Evangel University's music department is contributing to the season of giving through their annual Christmas celebration concert. The concert will be held in Spence Chapel on December 5th. Admission is canned goods or cash to benefit the local charities. Now to Colin for an update in weather. Colin?
Pretty chilly out there, about 21 degrees and fair, but it's going to be pretty bad over this weekend. It might rain the entire time come Saturday and Sunday, so expect some freezing over for the rain, a lot of sickness, so just be watching out for that, okay, if we're driving out.
Oh, man.
Oh yeah, that's good to know, especially for all the holiday travels.
Yeah, Thanksgiving, right? Support for Obamacare appears to be plunging, even though most Americans who have enrolled say they like it and plan to renew their coverage. According to the new Gallup, 56% disapprove of the Affordable Care Act, an all-time high. Only 37% approve, which is an all-time low. The poll comes at the heels of the midterm election, where Republicans won full control of both houses of Congress. The United States energy grid is a popular target for hackers. A division of Department of Homeland Security investigated 79 hacking attempts in fiscal 2014. There were 145 incidents the year before. Energy companies have cybersecurity teams that work to keep hackers out. Hackers are able to break in, but so far have not been able to shut down any portion of the power grid. Ford is recalling 65,000 Fusion cars in North America. The car dealer says there's a programming issue that allows the key to be removed from the ignition, even if the car is not in park. That can lead to the vehicle rolling away. The recall affects some 2014-2015 models. Ford says it's not aware of any accidents or incidents related to the problems. Coming up, Hunger Games has part 1 of the movie's premiere.
And Matthew McConaughey finally got his own star on the Walk of Fame. Keep it here.
I think someone at my friend's school has this thing called autism. My friend's brother's son has autism. My neighbor's son has autism. My son has autism.
Autism is getting closer to home. Today, 1 in 88 children is diagnosed with autism. That's a 1,000% increase in the last 40 years. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
When you throw away money on wasted electricity, you're throwing away everything you could have bought with it. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at energysavers.gov.
Now you too can live like a rock star. Justin Bieber's home is for sale. No, the Biebs isn't selling his mansion, but the Canadian home where he spent much of his childhood is on the market. Justin Bieber's grandmother is selling the house with his bedroom preserved just as he left it. The asking price for the 3-bedroom, 2-bath house is about $248,000 US. The latest Hunger Games movie had its LA premiere on Monday. Stars Jennifer Lawrence, Liam Hemsworth, and Josh Hutcherson walked the red carpet outside the LA Live Nokia Theater. The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1 is the 3rd movie in the young adult series and hits theaters this Friday. One more movie after this is expected. Matthew McConaughey got his own star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame Monday. The actor had Christopher Nolan by his side, the director of his latest hit movie, Interstellar, as well as Don Phillips, the man who cast him in his early hit, Dazed and Confused. McConaughey earned his first Oscar in March for the movie Dallas Buyers Club. The actor said the industry has given him a chance to live out dreams he didn't even know he had. And now for an interview with Peace Isagon. Peace?
Thanks, Daly. Yes, we are here today with Josh Smith and Katie Stanford, the lead actors of Evangel's play Pygmalion. Welcome. So tell me, what does Pygmalion actually mean?
Right, yeah. Pygmalion comes from a story in Greek mythology where a sculptor created a work of art, and while he was in the process of creating her, he fell in love with her. And so he prayed to the gods to bring her to life, and they did. So they got to live happily ever after.
Or something like that.
Right.
So what was it like playing the parts of Pygmalion? What are your parts exactly?
I'm Eliza Doolittle, so I'm pretty much in the metaphor of the sculptor. I am the piece of art.
And I am Professor Henry Higgins, who takes this creature out of the mud and transforms her into a lady. And so, in turn, she's my sculptor, and there's some feelings for her at the end.
Oh, wow. So what was that like for you guys acting that out and becoming part of the play, like letting that play become a part of you as well?
These characters are so interesting because you just really hate Henry Higgins so much.
Really? True.
He's such an oaf, and he's just so wonderful to play.
She's so wonderful.
And what's it like being a statue?
Eliza is a very dynamic character. She goes off from being a creature of the mud, very slums of London.
Mm-hmm.
And by the end of the show, you have to come out and be like this refined lady, like you've had 6 months worth of practice in this.
Oh,
and
wow.
It's just been like 2 acts later that you were just a creature of the mud. And so
now you're a whole person.
Right. That has been,
yeah,
that was definitely the most challenging part.
Oh, wow. And what the rest of the cast and the crew, what is that dynamic like working with everyone? And when is this play coming out? Where will it be? Kind of a deal.
The dynamic between all the cast and crew have been so smooth. Everyone has gotten together so well and meshed so well, and really developed their characters too. Just every character I feel is lovable on some level. Even Henry Higgins. So.
Even Henry Higgins.
Well, it helps.
Don't worry, you're not left out.
It helps that the cast is pretty small, and we're such well-experienced actors that when we're on stage together, we could just bounce ideas off each other, and our chemistry together, especially me, Katie, and Rajiv. Mm-hmm. We just work really well together, which really helps trying to come up with ideas and different character traits for these people we're trying to portray.
Where can we see this play?
In the Barnett Theater in the Fine Arts Building. On tonight.
Tonight.
Yeah.
Tonight
is the night.
Tonight is the night.
It's 7.
7 p.m. tonight.
It's tonight, tomorrow, and Saturday.
You've got it. Well, I hope to see you there. And now to Colin for the latest in weather. Colin?
Thanks, Peace. Well, it's pretty nice out today with fair, and it's about high of 44. But coming up this weekend, we're going to have some chance of freezing rain and a lot of rain come Saturday, Sunday.
When some people struggle with their mortgage payments, they become frozen, petrified. Not knowing what to do, they do nothing. But the people who take action are far more likely to get the most positive outcome. Making Home Affordable is a free government program. Call now to talk one-on-one with a housing expert about the options that are right for you. Real help, real answers, right now.
Thanks for calling the GED Pep Talk Center. Jerry Stiller speaking. Your level 7 in-your-face pep talk.
I can keep pushing. Believe me, I'm good at it.
Once you've got your GED diploma, you'll feel so good about yourself.
You tell him.
Mr. Trejo, can I transfer this guy to you? He needs something a little more
persuasive.
Yes.
Whatever motivation you need, we've got a pep talk for you. Get your GED pep talk and find free classes at yourged.org.
As you know, Springfield's first snow was this weekend. Evangel University has security measures for if and when it turns for the worse. Colin McCage has more on Evangel's weather securities. Colin?
This year's first snow hit the U.S. last week, and it hit hard. So what if it hits just too hard, say a blackout? Evangel's security measures in case a weather disaster does happen. Snow falling in mid-November can't be a good sign if it falls more than an inch. Add the belligerent cold and gale force winds, and you have a disastrous combination of the elements. Last year at this time, Lewis Hall at Evangel University experienced a blackout when the transformer shut down in the cold weather. Lewis Hall resident director Thomas Byro was there with his dormitory's crisis.
We have about 300 students in Lewis, so obviously concerned about site, where they're going to stay, how all that is going to be handled logistically.
The Lewis Hall students were led into the school's chapel, where Evangel told them where they'd be staying overnight. Evangel's public safety was there to assist and lead during this situation. They have now taken measures for if this ever happens again. Public Safety Director Roger Moore and the rest of the Public Safety Department have since then implemented new strategies for a case of emergency or other weather disaster.
A lot of our buildings are currently backed up by generators that we didn't have at that time. We've also identified several buildings that we would utilize, or at least one building we would use for a warming center.
With the help of the staff on hand, Evangel was ready for the situation. So whether the weather hits hard or not at all, Evangel is prepared throughout the campus. For more information, check the Evangel website and search Public Safety. Or check out Evangel's Public Safety Facebook page. They're currently having a giveaway for ice scrapers, so go check it out. Now for weather, okay? This week, it's looking pretty nice compared to last. No snow in the forecast just yet, and today is going to be pretty fair, 21 degrees. You get a lot more sun than we've had the last weekend, so expect to soak up that sun. All the snow is pretty much gone off the ground. It's going to stay that way coming up this weekend as well. Throughout the day, it's going to be high of 46, and it's also going to be pretty nice wind chill. It might come down to 19 degrees, so just be aware of that. It's going to be pretty much a bit more chilly than usual, so just be prepared to bring a coat or anything like that. And then tonight, it's going to go down into 30 degrees with a slight chance of rain at 10%. Now, this is going to have a little bit of drizzle chance, which could have freezing as well. So prepare the ground. It's going to be pretty bad come Friday morning, where we'll have chances of, ice all over the ground. So just be ready for driving to work early in the morning or any of that. It's going to be high of 33, so it's not going to be too much warmer on Friday. That's because we're going to have chances of rain throughout the entire day at 40%. And then it's going to go into Saturday, which is going to be a lot greater chance of rain. Now, as for today's almanac, you can see that it's pretty cold for today's temperature. Average temperature is 33 and 55 for the highs, but it's not as cold as in 1937's 13 degrees or in 1897's 77 degrees, which I would love to have again, but it's going to stay cold. It's probably stay cold for the rest of the year. It's going to have a sunset at 5 o'clock as well, so you can see daylight savings has been a major factor this last few weeks, and it's not going to set at 5, maybe in 4:59. As you can see, a lot of the precipitation is up to the north of us and to the west of us, and that's where snow is as well throughout the entire U.S., and the rain's going to be up to the north of us and not going to be worried about it until this coming Friday and Saturday. This is just a few interference. There's no rain in the forecast today. It's going to be 0% throughout the entire day, so no worries there at all. As you can see for next slide, sorry about that. It's going to be snow to the west of us, and that's in California, up in all that area. And you can see that thunderstorm chances are building up to us. It's not on us just yet, but that's going to be coming up in for this coming few days, okay? And as you can see for Thursday's temperatures, it's pretty cold all to the north and not too cold for now, but it's going to be chilly for tomorrow because that's where the rain's coming in as well. Now, as you can see, Saturday's mostly cloudy, and that's because we're going to have a lot of chance of rain as well. Now here is your 6-day forecast. As you can see, Thursday today is pretty nice, 46 degrees for the high, but then it's going to go into the weekend with more weather chances, a lot more precipitation, and into Monday we're going to be a bit more chilly. So just expect freezing rain for the next coming days. Back to you, Daly.
Thanks, Colin. I've been sure to get all my winter gear out. Now to our top story. You may be paying a little more for your Thanksgiving turkey this year, but not enough to kill your appetite. Turkey production is low and prices are up about 14 cents a pound, according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture. The average price this year is $1.18 per pound, compared to $1.03 per pound last year. But you may not notice the increase at the grocery store. Economists say retailers often are willing to take a loss on the turkey because customers will spend more for other items like potatoes and cranberries. Pricing will vary, so you may want to check several stores before you head out to shop.
Admit it. You often check Facebook at work. Soon you may be able to do it openly and guilt-free. Facebook is said to be testing an office-friendly version. According to the Financial Times, the service is called Facebook at Work. It will look and feel just like the social media website does now. The difference? Well, the site is meant to be about a work life only, for chatting with coworkers and collaborating on the office projects. This way, you can have a separate personal and work account. Facebook is not commenting on the report. Coming up, Evangel basketball is moving on to the NAIA.
And Missouri dominated against Evangel University. We'll be back shortly.
Some ants in their pants. Aww.
Kids will spend 22 minutes watching us, the super duper party troopers, sing about ants in their pants.
Isn't that funny? Ants in their pants, they got ants in their pants, they got ants in their pants.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
When life's this hard, it's no wonder 7,000 students drop out every school day. Visit boostup.org and help kids in your community stay in school.
Lead paint poisoning affects 1 million children today. If you're pregnant or have young children and your home was built before 1978, you could be at risk. Learn how to protect your family. To find your home's danger zones, the health effects, or just to find help, log on to leadfreekids.org.
And now to Jonathan Linden for the latest in sports news. Jonathan?
Thanks, Peace. Evangel girls volleyball team is headed to the NAIA National Tournament for the second time in program history. The Crusaders are currently ranked 25th nationally and will head to the Hutchinson Center in Plainview, Texas to play the Wayland Baptist Pioneers on Saturday at 7 for the opening round. Keeping with EU volleyball, Evangel's own Mary Whitehead was named the Heart of America Conference Coach of the Year, with this being Whitehead's second time receiving the honor while here at Evangel. Along with that, the team had 5 players named All Heart of America Conference performers and 3 named to the first team in a vote of league coaches. Evangel will be having a basketball-filled weekend with men's basketball playing back-to-back days. On Friday, they will take on John Brown University in Arkansas at 8. Then they will face Olivet Nazarene University in Illinois on Saturday at 7. While the girls' basketball team will face off against College of the Ozarks at the John Brown Classic on Saturday at 1. The Missouri State Bears men's basketball team completely dominated the Avila University Eagles last night, beating them 87-39 last night. The Bears were led by guard Marcus Marshall, who scored 12 points, and forward Kane Boone, who had 9 rebounds. Missouri State will now travel to Texas this weekend, where they will face off against Texas Tech this Saturday. The St. Louis Rams led by quarterback Sean Hill, who was 20 for 29 with 1 touchdown last week against the Denver Broncos, head to Qualcomm Stadium Sunday to take on the San Diego Chargers. The Chargers are 3-3 since the beginning of October, with their wins coming off against the Jets and Raiders. The game is set to kick off at 3:05 p.m. The 7-3 Kansas City Chiefs look to extend their winning streak to 6 as they take on the winless Oakland Raiders tonight for Thursday Night Football. If the Raiders lose, this will be their 17th straight loss since when playing on a Thursday night. Game time is 7:25. The St. Louis Blues look to bounce back from their Tuesday night loss against the Boston Bruins. They play the Montreal Canadiens tonight with what looks to be a tough match, but they will be in good hands with goalie Casey Price, who has a 1.67 goal against average, which is second in the NHL. The puck will be hitting the ice at 7:30. Back to you, Daly.
Thanks, Jonathan. Coming up, Strep B isn't as dangerous as some people think.
And a Snapchat post leads to a road rage arrest. Stay tuned.
Salad on Saturday, fruit on Friday, Powerball Thursday, water Wednesday, touch your toes Tuesday, let's move Monday, swap us next Sunday.
60 minutes of physical activity a day and eating well can help get your child healthy. So keep them active and eating well every day. Get ideas, get involved, get going at letsmove.gov. That's letsmove.gov.
This song was created with heartbeats of children in need. Find out how it can help frontline health workers bring hope to millions of children at everybeatmatters.org.
Here we go. We're gonna make some juice.
It's gonna be good.
She's excited. A little bit of kale.
Please don't put this on. I'm putting it all over the line.
It's wet. It needs something. No, it'll go.
Don't break my juicer. Looks good.
You ready to try it?
Come on, baby.
Challenge your kids to be active and eat healthy.
It's okay.
Okay, all right.
They might surprise you.
She took another sip. You saw it?
Search We Can for more ideas on how you and your kids can get healthy together.
The strep B bacteria may sound dangerous, but it isn't. You may be carrying it right now. However, it may pose a problem for a pregnant mother. Group Beta Streptococcus it sounds ominous, but many adults peacefully coexist with this bacteria every day and never notice it. That is until they get pregnant. The concern is that the bacteria can travel up the birth canal during labor and infect the baby whose immune system is not developed enough to handle it. But not to worry, nurse midwife, GYN-OB, Julia Smukler says simple antibiotics, given at the right time, can reduce the risk dramatically. Smukler says the most important thing to remember is it's not an infection, it's not an STD or a disease. It's not dangerous for an adult or for the mother, but our concern is for the baby.
A Snapchat photo leads to an arrest for assault. Police arrested a suspect Friday after his own daughter posted a picture on social media of him attacking an 18-year-old after a traffic accident. Not everything gets erased on Snapchat, as this single and so important screenshot proves. It shows a large man swinging at an 18-year-old Mason Deal moments after the two were involved in a fender bender near Jordan Road and Branbury Parkway, Saturday, November 8th. Police said the suspect in the image is 43-year-old Stephen Paula, clean-shaven by the time police booked him in a week later. Mason Deal says he's not surprised Paula shaved his beard, but he was surprised the suspect's own daughter recorded the attack and posted it on Snapchat. Mason's dad, Mike Deal, feared police would never find his son's attacker, but after the suspect's own daughter posted the video, he says a friend of hers screen grabbed this image and shared it with a friend of Mason's. It wasn't long before Parker police had it. The attack initially left Mason with a black eye and a concussion, but he and his dad feel a whole lot better this week knowing that Stephen Paula was arrested thanks to his own daughter's need to brag on social media. And now to Colin for current conditions. Colin?
Well, it's pretty nice out there. It's going to be fair at 21 degrees. It's going to warm up to 44, so nothing like last week where it was below freezing already. But then we're going to have some freezing rain coming up this Friday and Saturday, so just be prepared for that, as it's going to be raining all weekend on Saturday and Sunday. So if you're going out this weekend, it's going to be pretty bad. I suggest going indoors, getting ready for that Thanksgiving feast come Thursday. So
yes, hopefully it'll all be clear by time to do Thanksgiving travels to family. That's it for us on Newswatch Today. I'm Daily Duval.
And I'm Pease Isagan.
And I'm Colin McCage. See you next week.